Hey guys, rxlyaT here, and today I'm back with another Division video, and of course it's Saturday, so that means the weekly vendor reset. As always, we're going to start in the terminal. The blueprints this week are an Acr Blueprint, a classic M44, an electronics backpack, a stamina mask, a flash hider, a pro red dot sight, and finally a firearms gear mod. I would probably recommend the Acr Blueprint this week. All of the M4s got a slight nerf, and it's brought all of them in line with other assault rifles, so it might be worth trying something different. At the special equipments vendor, obviously the exotics don't change, but the talents on them do re-roll. So the Pecan rolled with accurate and determined, the Cassidy with competent and commanding, the Liberator with meticulous and adapt as well as unforgiving, the Historian with intense and meticulous, and the Centurion with expert and vicious. And now we're just going to make our way up to the advanced weaponry vendor. Here we have a special Rhino with expert and vicious, an MP7 with competent, brutal and talented. I'd actually recommend this one. This is a decent rolled MP7. I'd probably recommend rolling off talented for something like deadly. I think that would make it a good SMG. It's a shame about brutal though, because with an SMG you want to make the most of the crit hit chance it's got on it. But nonetheless, this is a decent MP7 if you want to try one. A military SA-58 with dominant, vicious and brutal, a double barrel sawn-off with determined, meticulous and self-preserved, an M700 tactical with destructive, harmful and elevated, and finally an infantry MG5 with adapt, accurate and prepared. So if you didn't know, with the inclusion of update 1.8, we also get another safe house. This is Camp Clinton. Here we've got another special equipments vendor. It's got the same exotics in it, but the talents are different to the one down in the terminal. So unfortunately, we've got to add another vendor to the vendor reset. Anyway, less of that, let's see what he's holding this week. So the Liberator rolled with meticulous, competent and determined. The Historian was prepared and brutal. The Centurion with expert and responsive, the Cassidy with adapt and deadly. This is actually a really nice shotgun here, especially if you're thinking of doing classy Lone Star Cassidys. I'd recommend picking this one up. It's a high gear score as well, so that means the damage roll and the stagger is pretty good on it. The Pecan with ferocious and skilled. Not bad PvE talents, rolls skilled off for something like destructive, and it's a perfect PvE Pecan. So that's it for those type of vendors. Now we're going to have a look around at the rest of the safe houses as well as the checkpoints and see what else is being held this week. So in the meat locker safe house, we have a nice custom L86A2 with determined and destructive with accurate in the free slot. Roll accurate for ferocious, and it's a great PvE LMG. I recommend buying it if you are looking at just sticking to PvE activities. So in West 42nd Street vendor, that's a nice ACR with accurate, ferocious and commanding. Roll commanding for destructive, and again another great PvE assault rifle here. Like I said, this was West 42nd Street vendor. So now we're on to gear. Unfortunately, the only half decent piece I could find was actually back in Camp Clinton safe house. There's a half decent refresh mask here. Unfortunately, it's got enemy armor damage and a low firearms roll. You could roll off the major attribute for something like skill haste, and then use the optimization station to max roll the firearms. But like I said, that's the only thing I could find for gear this week. We're now going to have a look at gear mods and weapon attachments. In DZ04 Safe Room, one of the must buy mods this week. It's a prototype performance mod with a max roll first aid self heal. You buy these for any build you use, trust me, they're always going to come in handy. Like I said, this was at DZ04 Safe House. At the Southpaw Safe House, we have a nice stamina and damage to elites purple mod here. Any PvE build, you're going to want these, especially with the changes to stamina, so this is almost a perfect one. Like I said, this was at the Southpaw Safe House. At the Ward Safe House, again, another purple mod, this time with electronics, a low one at 183, but it's still got that 3% damage to elites. Like I said, this was at the Ward Safe House. At the Cavern Safe House, again another damage to elites mod, this time 209 on stamina, so the best one yet for damage to elites. Just like I said with the other stamina one, the changes with stamina make stamina mods really viable, so I recommend picking it up if you need them. So the one weapon attachment I'm going to point out this week is actually back inside the base of operations at the weapons vendor. It's a perfect rolled extended magazine, 117.5 magazine size, 3% crit hit chance and 5.3% rate of fire. Recommend buying any of these if you still need extended magazines. Like I said, this was in the base of operations at the weapon vendor. Also guys, right at the end, I just want to point out this. If you watched the 24-hour stream the devs did for the release of update 1.8 and you connected your Ubisoft account, then there's a high chance you got some free weapon skins. And to get them, you come to this guy, the rewards claim vendor inside the base of operations. These are the 3 weapon skins, so that's a cleaners one, an LMB one, and a Riker's skin. Just giving you a heads up if you forgot all about this like I did. So yeah, that's it this week, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the vendor reset, and if you did, then let me know either by leaving a comment or by clicking that like button. If there's any improvements you'd like to see, then let me know with a comment below. But guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to subscribe, especially if you want to stay up to date with all of the things The Division. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.